Would I be the arsehole for yelling at my spouse for leaving me alone in the car to hike? I got a minor medical procedure last week following a medical treatment involving lots of meds with hefty side effects. I'm not on the meds anymore, but the side effects are pretty terrible. The side effects and healing process from the procedure are at their worst yesterday and today. I'm not supposed to do anything strenuous including hiking, kicking, jumping, or running for 2 weeks. My in-laws came into town for a week and we haven't seen them in 9 months. My spouse booked a reservation for a tour at a national park a few months ago, not knowing I would be undergoing this medical treatment. I didn't really want to go, but my spouse insisted I should come along and that all the activities would be something I could do. The activities discussed were a quick stop for pictures at National Park A, sightsee around town, go to hotel and spend the night, check out of hotel, tour at National Park B, go home. On the 3-hour car ride to the town with the national park, my spouse suddenly decided to stop by an additional national park to hike. This is a national park we hiked at previously last year. I was not feeling well. They went to hike while I waited in the car. I was annoyed, but it wasn't a big deal. After we got to the hotel, we didn't end up sightseeing in the town. Today, after checking out of the hotel, we went on the tour. It involved hiking 3 miles downhill mostly. I wasn't aware that the tour would be this strenuous. I tried to insist we do the easier tour, which was half as long and mostly flat, but my spouse wasn't having it. I was mostly fine but in pain towards the end. To my surprise, my spouse suddenly decides to go on another hike at the national park from yesterday. It's a 4-mile hike. I'm in too much pain from the 3-mile hike I wasn't supposed to do in the first place today. I say I don't think it's fair to ditch me in the car alone like this. They all leave anyway. I'm currently alone in the car by myself and shocked I have signal. I'm pissed and I don't think I plan on talking to them the rest of the day. I'm tempted to just take the car and drive off. I feel like it's extremely selfish to ditch me here at a park only a couple hours away from home, which we've all been to before, not just yesterday, but previously when I was able to hike. Would I be the arsehole for starting an argument when they get back? Edited for clarification. Update: I didn't yell, but I did send a terse text message. I'm definitely upset. I was under the impression this trip would be something I could physically handle. Had I known all everyone wanted to do is hike, I would have stayed home like I wanted to in the first place. I plan on having words with my spouse in private later. Oh honey, move the car where he can't see it. A little panic on his face should cheer you up. AITA without a doubt. I can't even begin to understand the audacity that someone could have to be so negligent of their spouse's medical needs. And I get he wanted to go on a hike, and he's entitled to, but he should have left you at the hotel to rest and gone himself. You're absolutely right to feel that it's selfish that he just left you in the car. It says to me that he thinks his spontaneous wants are more important than your medical needs. AITA for yelling at them. AITA, if you just sat there and waited and didn't drive the car away, lol. I'm just kidding. But I would drive off and leave him there. Them when they called to ask where the car was. You say, oh, I'm just shopping. How about you just sit there alone for 3 hours for me? Thanks. I didn't really want to go, but my spouse insisted I should come along and that all the activities would be something I could do. So your spouse outright lied to you then? To whatsoever. Why would your spouse do this? How could they think that leaving you in the car for hours while you're recovering from a procedure is acceptable? Do they not care about you? Are they stupid? What they did is very inconsiderate. But to take the car somewhere nearby to shop or have a bite to eat. Let them sit and wait on you to get back. Not the arsehole your spouse is putting your health at risk, and completely dismissing you. I hope you took the car and did your own thing, or at least went to the hotel to sleep. Not the arsehole. Your spouse insisted that you come along and that it'd be fine. Then they dragged you around on a harder route even though you asked for an easier one. Added extra hikes that you weren't prepared for. treated you emo like shit by ditching you in the car when you hadn't even wanted to go in the first place. No idea why you're being labeled TA even in part, here. Not the asshole. I'm petty, I would have left them turned off my phone. AITA? Why did they even take you from the comforts of home so you could sit in the car? You wouldn't do that to a dog, why would you do it to your spouse? Because they have thumbs and can roll the window down? They could have at least left you at the hotel. Unless you're on your way home and... I'm a little surprised you didn't start the argument before they left. And your in-laws didn't point out he was being an R? Leave their asses there. Take the car and leave. When they call, say, hike back. Not the asshole. Stop letting your husband hurt you and risk your recovery. You deserve a better man. You have the keys, right? Drive off, go find a restaurant or bookstore to kill time in, then go back get them. If you want to. Not the asshole. I would 100 take the car and leave. What assholes? All of them. Personally, I'd text him the name and number of the nearest divorce lawyer and tell him, don't worry honey, this shouldn't take more than 3 hours. Had I known, I would have stayed home like I wanted to in the first place. Story of my life, yo. Not the asshole. A lot of people are calling him selfish, but this feels like punishment to me. I'd if he thinks you're exaggerating your discomfort, or he's not taking your condition seriously, but whatever it is, he has his family in on it. Does he usually minimize what you're going through? You should go to a park in the car while they are hiking. Not the asshole. I'm currently alone in the car by myself and shocked I have signal. Drive off. Now. They can wait for you for a few hours. Take the car to a hospital to be checked out. The pain is a bad sign. Not the asshole. And I would have told him if he got out I was driving away without him. At best this is negligent. Does he always respond to medical needs and boundaries by completely ignoring them? Your spouse is a jerk. To be so callous and dismissive of your needs. That's just downright selfish and mean. I just had 2 hip scopes last year and I needed a lot of rest for that. I would have shot my husband had he expected me to hike. Not the asshole. AITA? He had no business convincing you go on this trip, he should have let you stay home like you wanted to. Medical stuff is no joke. Next time he tries to convince you to do something against your better judgment, tell him to fuck off. You're a big girl boy. NB? I didn't see a gender and you're making your own decision. Nata. I'd go home. Update 'em. So this was posted 5 hours ago and I just wanted to check up on you, op. It sounds like you really pushed yourself and I wanted to make sure you weren't having any medical repercussions from the hike. Also, I hope you laid into your spouse. That was a really messed up thing they did. Not the asshole. Go to the ER and get checked. They said no strenuous activity. Your spouse made you do them anyway for their own comfort and interests. If they have to walk to the nearest bus stop or call an Uber, then they'll do it. And talk to your so when this whole thing is over. Let her know you did not appreciate this and how they would feel if they was the one injured and unable to do those things, but you went off to do them anyway. Have THWM really think about it. Because if they give you anything like it's not the same, then you need to check out of this relationship. The likelihood that a man will divorce his wife is 6-7 times greater when she gets seriously ill. He doesn't like that you are interfering with his plans. It doesn't matter that you can't help it. Men are super good at ignoring the in sickness part of the vows. You inconvenienced him and you're being punished for it. Think really hard about what it would be like if you got pregnant. What if you got cancer? Lupus? Lyme disease? Not the asshole. How inconsiderate. I hope you drove away and left them all to fend for themselves. Since they enjoy long walks, they can walk home. Nata. Just drive off without them. Not the asshole. You realize you're there so they don't need to carry keys with them.